You're watching ATN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do a little discussion and take a look at some screenshots from the recent Batman vs. Superman trailer, The Dawn of Justice. And, I've seen this trailer a couple of times. When I first saw it, I wasn't very impressed, to be quite honest. But then after looking at it a couple of times and then considering the fact that the movie's still roughly a year away, I'm not as hard on it now as I was, the first time I saw it. But it doesn't reveal too much. I mean, we know that it's supposed to be roughly based on The Dark Knight Returns, and even though it's a Superman movie. But let's take a look at some shots here. And then this first one is the opening shot. And initially, I didn't even know that was a Superman statue till later on in the trailer. If anything, because of how dark it is, I actually thought this was Gotham. But obviously, it doesn't make sense for a Superman statue to be in Gotham. So, and that was, a cool shot. A lot of talking in this trailer, a lot of talking, a lot of logos, things like that. And, the next interesting shot that I saw was this first one of Superman right here. And it just looks like, look at these people, the way they look at him. They're obviously, they look to him as a god. He has this look on his face like, why? It's like, why? And, it's funny, the people in the background with the painted faces, I'm not saying they're related to this, but the first thing I thought when I saw them was Batman Forever, when Robin, or rather Dick Grayson, goes to the little alley, he saves the girl, and all these dudes come out with like neon glow-in-the-dark paint all over their face. Obviously, there may be no relation there, but it just kind of reminded me of that. So, an interesting image there. And another one of Superman, this obviously, he's doing his thing here. It looks like there might have been a rocket crashing, and he caught it in midair, and then, came down slowly with it in his arms, or in his hands rather. And just, so, it's obvious in this movie that, he is a hero. He is helping. And, another interesting picture of Superman is this one right here. Very angelic. This is actually a nice shot. I actually like this. And you see somebody reaching up to him. There's obviously a large group of people who feel that Superman is a god and that, he's there to save them, But we go back to the statue in this shot where they finally zoom in and we see false god. Obviously, there's going to be people who do not believe that. When you consider the destruction of Metropolis in the first movie and all those things that happen, there are people who have their doubts about him. And it's probably going to be a constant struggle throughout the movie for him, to convince people that he's not there to harm anyone or to do bad deeds. And one of the people he's going to have to convince is this man right here, Bruce Wayne. And we see Ben Affleck, which I'm actually very excited for him in this movie. I really think he's going to do a good job. He's come a long way. People have calmed down since the announcement, but to be quite honest, from the day it was announced to now, I actually was not disappointed with this. He has done so much good work over the course of the last couple of years, whether it's directing or acting. He's just improved his craft since what people will remember is Daredevil. And look, he's just got the look for Bruce Wayne. He's going to spend half the movie as Bruce Wayne or half the movie as Batman. So I don't think there's too much cause for concern there. So, and, we see in the next shot right after that, he's looking at his suit, which I got to say, I really like this design. I really, really like it, but I like it even more in this next shot here where he's actually wearing it. And it just looks really, really cool. And obviously, the way it's designed is rather old school. And it's nice to see it on the silver screen. So nice shot there of Ben in the bat suit. And of course, this shot right here was interesting because, and this is obviously the Batmobile. Now, I had seen the image of the Batmobile from the front with Batman standing in front of it, the sad Batman that everybody calls it. And I've never seen the back of it until this trailer. And it has very, very similar, at least the rear of the Batmobile is very similar to the Tumbler from the Dark Knight, from the Dark Knight trilogy. And, shortly before this shot here, there was like a plane that came in and was shooting at a bunch of men. And then it flipped so quick to this scene that it made me think, wow, is Batman being attacked? These people being attacked? But I think they're two different scenes. And, we'll see. And that plane that I'm talking about is actually this shot right here. And, when I first saw it, I'm like, wow, is that the Batwing? And it still could be the Batwing. Not 100% sure though. And in this scene, when the plane is shooting at the trucks and the men on the trucks, like I was saying before, it flips right to the Batmobile, but I really think they're two separate scenes. I don't think they're related at all. So, and then we get a good shot of, well, not a good shot, but we get a shot here of Batman in the distance. That's who it looks like to me, wearing his armor. And, they said that in the picture that I showed before, Ben Affleck, that there's supposed to be a Robin shroud somewhere in the Batcave. There's been rumors of that. There's also the rumor that Jenna Malone is supposed to be playing Robin. So, we'll see how that plays out. This is all from Dark Knight Returns, series that I've never read before, to be quite honest, but I've heard a good number about it from a number of people. Xander from the podcast, my cousin Tito has been a huge Batman fan since he was a kid. He's in his 40s now, and he loved the Dark Knight Returns series. And then over here, we get a much better shot of Batman perched up. Now, I can't help but think it looks like he's holding a sniper rifle. And don't get me wrong, I could be completely wrong. It could pan around and it could just be part of that tower he's on. But I mean, it looks like there's a scope and then a barrel. And that just kind of baffled my mind if he is holding a sniper rifle. I guess considering he's facing Superman, he's going to pull out all the stops. He's not into killing people and he knows a sniper rifle wouldn't kill Superman. So I guess he figured, what the hell? I don't know, but that'll be interesting to see when the movie comes out, if that is indeed a sniper rifle or just part of the tower, who knows, or maybe just one of his gadgets and it looks like a sniper rifle. Interesting stuff right there. And then over here, we get I wanted to go to this one before, but I almost forgot, but this picture right here, this is interesting because here's Superman. There's these four men that look like they're obviously military, government affiliated, and they have Superman badges on. Now, I've heard that in The Dark Knight Returns, Clark is working with the government, and I don't know how deep they're going to go into that in this movie. It looks like maybe they have a Superman task force where Superman leads a small group to assist him when he's tackling things. I don't know why he would need that, but obviously these are they're just Superman worshipers, have nothing to do with the government. They're just part of that group that worships Superman as a god, and they serve him. And there's some weird shit in this trailer. There's some weird stuff. Obviously, here's one of the money shots. This is a good shot of Ben in the Batman armor suit, the Bat armor. It's obviously, we know the story. Dark Knight Returns. He wears this armor to combat Superman. He says the line here, "You will bleed. Do you bleed? You will." And then, obviously, we get this other money shot here. This is what we saw in the original teaser that got leaked last year, shortly after Comic-Con, where Batman and Superman are looking at each other, having a stare down. And then finally, at the very end of the trailer, we see Superman landing, and it looks like they're about to have an encounter. So, again, when you look at these screenshots, it looks like an awesome trailer. And to some extent, it was good. But for me, it was kind of all over the place. It's like half the trailer was people talking and logos, and then the other half was just quick clips of a lot of stuff. But to be fair, the movie is a ways away out. We have time. It's over a year away, and I'm sure we'll see and hear much more between now and its release. So I'm not going to be too hard on this trailer. There are some elements about it that were really cool. Needless to say, of course, everybody, including myself, would like to see more, but we know that they're basing this roughly on The Dark Knight Returns, not directly. We'll see how far they delve into it, but very interesting in terms of how Superman is viewed and how he's going to handle that. I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, guys, that's it for this little review and discussion. Share your thoughts on the bottom on this trailer. Did you enjoy it? Did you not enjoy it? Are you psyched up? I'm still very excited for this movie. I'm actually looking forward to Ben Affleck as Batman. I really think he's going to surprise people. And of course, Henry Cavill as Superman. I liked him in Man of Steel. I loved Man of Steel. That's one of my favorite superhero movies, despite all the criticism. And I'm looking forward to seeing how this movie plays out. All right, guys, that's it. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news. We just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers or visit ETN's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do a little discussion and take a look at some screenshots from the recent Batman vs. Superman trailer, The Dawn of Justice. And, you know, I've seen this trailer a couple of times. When I first saw it, I wasn't very impressed, to be quite honest. But then after looking at it a couple of times and then considering the fact that the movie's still roughly a year away, I'm not as hard on it now as I was, you know, the first time I saw it. But it doesn't reveal too much. I mean, we know that it's supposed to be roughly based on The Dark Knight Returns, and even though it's a Superman movie. But let's take a look at some shots here. And then this first one is the opening shot. And initially, I didn't even know that was a Superman statue till later on in the trailer. If anything, because of how dark it is, I actually thought this was Gotham. But obviously, it doesn't make sense for a Superman statue to be in Gotham. So, and that was, you know, a cool shot. You know, a lot of talking in this trailer, a lot of talking, a lot of logos, things like that. And, you know, the next interesting shot that I saw was this first one of Superman right here. And it just looks like, I mean, look at these people, the way they look at him.